Welcome back to Leeds Lately for the live watch along of Leeds United versus West Ham at the London Stadium in this game, which FA Cup wise could see us go into the semi-final at Wembley. There's 90 minutes of football between now and that, though, so let's talk about the game. But first of all, hello and welcome to all of those of you who are Leeds Lately members, like Karen Curtin and Ryan Tune in the chat down below. Ryan's been a member for 10 months. Thank you so much for your continued support, Ryan. And Liam B, of course. Oh, and Robert Wetzel as well, who is driving home today, so he'll just be listening in. But yes, welcome to those of you who are members, and welcome, of course, to those of you who are regular subscribers as well. I hope you're all doing well. I'm good. I've been looking forward to this one after the international break. International breaks can get in the bin for me. I just don't even pay attention at all. I don't watch any of the games. I just wait for a tournament. When there's a tournament, happy to watch it, happy to get involved, happy to get excited about it. But international breaks during the season, it's just boring. So it's good to be back. RPM Saviour, who is a recent Leeds Lately member, is saying, go Leeds, go. 3-1 Leeds win incoming, marching on together. Well, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. It would be nice. I think I may have predicted a 2-1 in my tactical preview of this one. I think I may have predicted 2-1. I'd like to see that. I did predict that Mecha would start up front, although I did think it was actually going to be a 4-3-3 that Leeds were going to go in this one, with Okafor on one wing and maybe Dan James or Nonto on the other wing. Doesn't look like we're going to do that. Looks like we're going to go for a 3-5-2. So what we'll do is we'll go through the Leeds United lineup in a minute. First of all, we'll tell you about West Ham's lineup, and then, of course, just before kickoff, we'll go through the lineups again. So, welcome everybody who's just joining us. West Ham's lineup then looks to be a 4-3-3. Areola in goal, Walker-Peters and Diouf as the fullbacks. Two players, in fact, that we actually targeted in the summer. A centre-back pairing of Max Kilman and Axel Disasi, with a midfield of Potts, Magassa and Fernandez. In behind, Bowen on the right wing, Adama Traore on the left wing, and Tati Castellanos through the middle up front for them. That is the West Ham lineup. Looks to be a 4-3-3. That's Areola, Walker-Peters, Kilman, Disasi, Diouf, Potts, Magassa, Fernandez, Bowen, Adama and Tati Castellanos. That is the lineup there. Let's have a look at the Leeds lineup. So, Leeds United 3-5-2. Lucas Perry in goal. We're going for a back five again. This time Bogle at right wing back, Justin at left wing back. No sign of Goodmanson in the squads whatsoever. You've then got Rodon, Biol and Strauch as the centre back three. Ampadu and Stack as the holding two, with Tanaka maybe just a little bit ahead of them. And then Okafor and Mecha will be the strikers in this one. On the bench, however, for Leeds United, there is Darlow, Byram, Bornau, Longstaff, Gruev, Aronson, Nonto, Piru, and Calvert-Lewin. So no Dan James, no Goodmanson. However, there is Nonto on the bench who can come on the wing if we decide to switch to a 4-3-3. And then you've got Piru, Calvert-Lewin, Aronson as attacking options. Longstaff and Gruev in the midfield maybe as defensive options if you need them. Byram and Bornau as defensive options as well. So I think quite a decent, balanced is what I would call that bench. Plenty of options. Nonto is on the bench. Yeah, the draw is, we get drawn in the, whoever goes through this the draw will be after this game, and we'll see who they'll be facing up against. Welcome everybody who's joining us. Just about 9 minutes away from kickoff at the London Stadium. Kim Hill, one of our members, has said, hi all, great PM, great afternoon ahead. With less pressure today, let's see what a change in lineup holds for us. Still a strong lineup though for us, definitely still a strong lineup, but yeah, a little bit of a change in some areas, and let's see how it goes. Because I think Calvert-Lewin's been off it a little bit in recent weeks, so I think perhaps him being on the bench and Metcha starting this one maybe give him a little bit of a chance. And also RPM Saviour saying the massive day for Tanaka, a chance to stake a real claim in for the run-in for us. Yeah, I mean, look, Tanaka's definitely got it in the locker to be a regular starter. I just don't really know why he's not been given that chance, although we haven't been playing awfully, but yeah, there's maybe an argument that he should have had more game time. Liam B saying, everyone, please wait for Max to react to any goals. No early posts, please. Yeah, absolutely. As Liam says there, please don't say if a goal goes in at either end in this game, because I won't have seen it because there is a delay. So please don't put it in. And once I've reacted to it, then you can say it. Hi, Ruggy. Hi, everyone who's joining us. Going Leeds 2-1. Yeah, look, it'd be nice if we could. It'd be nice if we could win that one. I think that West Ham had a few injuries over the international break as well, so they've had to drop a few players, but this is pretty much as strong as they could go, really, with injuries. So it looks like both teams have gone for a very, very strong lineup in this one. Look, I think our next game, I know it's against Man United, and the next game is the 13th of April. So, yeah, we've got over a week to be able to prepare for that next game. So it makes sense to go for a kind of a strong lineup. But and as well, look, I mean, you want to go as far as you can, really. I almost think that Premier League teams should start earlier in the draw. Like, the fact that we come in at the third round, the fact that we were started in the third round, and we've only had to win a few games to get into potentially a semi-final. So. Andrew Thorpe saying for the mic Thund thought knew you are changing it. Yeah, it's thank you very much for the super chat, by the way. Really appreciate that. Make sure everybody goes and likes the super chats. It's definitely the cable, because I've tucked the cable into one of the little twisty things that tightens it up, and it seems to have stabilized it. So I was going to buy a new cable on the last stream, but then stream ended and I completely forgot. So I will be sorting that at some point. So thank you very much. I think I was hoping, really, that Leeds would start with a 4-3-3, and it would mean that Nonto on one side, Okafor on the other, Metcha up top, because I think we've not been scoring enough in our Premier League games. So if we could kind of play a little bit more attacking, it gives us a chance to see what it would be like if we did that in the Premier League. We may well, and I think we probably will, we may well in this game, depending on how it goes, switch to a 4-3-3 in this game, because Okafor can easily just switch out to the left. Metcha can stay up front, and then we could take one of the centre-backs off and bring Nonto on. And you've easily gone straight into a 4-3-3 then, or a 4-2-3-1. So it would be, it would be very easy to do that with this formation. So I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing a little bit of that. Welcome back, Pierre. Hello. Sorry about missing a load of watch-alongs. Life has been so busy. Sometimes life gets in the way, and we don't blame you for it, Pierre. It's nice to have you back. Welcome to everybody who is joining us. We are just about 4 minutes away from kickoff at the London Stadium here. And hopefully Leeds can get through this round, get into the next round, which is a semi-final at Wembley, which wasn't something I was really expecting at the start of the season, but has been a bit of an added bonus. I think it's made up a little bit for the fact that a lot of the football that we've watched from Leeds this season has been pretty dull. Is that if we make it to a semi-final at Wembley, or God forbid a final, it makes a bit of a difference, doesn't it, to your season? Makes the season seem a little bit more exciting, even though a lot of the football that we've watched throughout the season hasn't been that entertaining. Why is it an absolute rave? Why are they playing like dance music at and some people in the crowd are just like dancing? Oh, I can see Ellis Platten. That's what I was meaning about Pierre, about the fact that they, if we go to a 4-3-3, we may be able to create a lot more chances in this one. Andrew saying, pretty sure Cadbury's have messed with the recipes nowhere near as good, or false memory. Yeah, apparently it's getting to the point where at some time soon they'll no longer be able to call it chocolate because the cocoa content is not enough or something like that. Anyway, thank you, Kim. I really appreciate that. Heard you need a new mic / cable, something towards. Thank you very much, Kim. I think I think I'm just going to get a. I didn't see her, Andrew, but yeah, thank you, Kim. Appreciate that. Make sure everybody likes the super chats. Yeah, I just need a new cable, which I'll be able to order at some point soon. Okay, the microphone should be fine. It's an expensive microphone, so I'm hoping it's not the actual microphone itself. I was going to try at some point and get like like when they do the Sky Sports microphones and the TNT Sports microphones, and they have the little personalized cover on them. It'd be quite cool to have my own one of them, a Leeds Lately one. Teams are lining up on the pitch now. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will put it back on West Ham and then we can go through the lineups. Here we go. Lineup for West Ham is Areola in goal, right back Walker-Peters, two centre-backs of Disasi and Kilman with Juve at left back, Magassa, Potts and Fernandez in the midfield with Bowen, Traore and Castellanos up front. Their bench is Herrick, Pablo, Lamarid, Souček, Scarles, Kante, Golambekis, Meyers and Ajala, who honestly I've heard of like two of. So that's the lineup for West Hamage Albion, and then Leeds lineup is on the screen now, which we'll go through very, very shortly. Lucas Perry in goal for Leeds. Bogle at right wing back. Justin at left wing back. Rodon, Biol and Strauch are the three centre halves. Ampadu, Stack and Tanaka in the middle with Okafor and Mecha up front. A bench for Leeds United of Darlow, Longstaff, Calvert-Lewin, Joel Pirou, Brendan Aronson, Sebastian Bornau, Sam Byram, Wilfred Nyonto and Ilya Gruev. So no Daniel James and no Gabriel Goodmanson in the squad at all. However, on the bench we do have Nonto and Calvert-Lewin and Aronson, who can obviously come on and be attacking options. And then we've got Bornau, Byram, defensive options as well. Leeds players are going over to the fans with the wreath for Chris and Kev, which is a nice touch. They're all going over and laying down a wreath in front of the Leeds fans. 2 wreaths actually, 1 for each. No, Penny, not at all. Bloody hell, one of those mascots is the same height as Jared Bowen. It is nice, that away kit, Leeds away kit, isn't it? That blue one. Lovely. Nuno Espirito Santo already looks sad, so let's hope that's an omen for the rest of the game. Come on, Leeds. Come on. Let's get some goals in the back of the net, a good feeling, and through to the next round. Well, that's the ideal, getting Southampton next round, but it's not guaranteed, of course. Let's get ready to start the timer. Remember, guys, and I'll ask people to, like my members and things, if you could remind people throughout the stream, please do not say it in the chat if a goal goes in before I've reacted to it. Because I won't have seen it and it'll spoil it for everyone. Just about ready for kickoff here. Mateus Fernandez getting ready to take it. And we're off. Long ball forward here. Away by Yakubiyol. Feels weird to be watching Leeds again, to be honest. Feels like a long time. Here's Rodon. Back now to Perry, who sends it long. I'm also not used to saying Perry. Good foot there by Metcher. And now Stack charging forward. Stack loses out, but Tanaka gets in. Ball falls almost fortuitously there for Noah Okafor, but it's going to be a Leeds throw-in in the early stages here and a chance for Ampadu to sling one in the box. Yeah, hit the like button, everybody. Ampadu then with the throw-in. Ampadu getting ready to launch this one in as he winds up towards the middle of the box. Ball bouncing around. Away there. But still on the edge of the box here. Here's Noah Okafor, who shoots! Fantastic save by the goalkeeper. I've got to say, really good fingertip save by Areola. Okafor there with an early chance as he tries to curl it and wrap it around the defenders into the bottom right-hand corner. But Areola alive to it, makes a very good save away to his left. Puts it behind for a corner kick there. I think it was going in the corner. I think it was going in that bottom corner. Good save, though, by the French goalkeeper. Very good save. Corner kick then for Leeds. Anton Stack delivers. Ball into the box, bobbling around. Bounces up and Areola can catch it in the end. Ampadu ended up on the floor, but now Leeds can get back their positions as West Ham start from the back with Max Kilman. Poor pass there from a youngster there for West Ham, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Here's Ampadu. Ball back with Joe Rodon now. Now Yakubiyol. Anton Stack. Oh, great little touch there by Noah Okafor, but it's taken off him by Adama Traore. But good foot, though, by James Justin. And it's going to be a throw-in. Wow, Andrew. Terrible. Walker-Peters. Back to Disasi. Out to Areola. Okafor chasing him down. He nearly gets there, you know. Early panic signs here for West Ham. Early panic signs. Leeds really putting it on them. He takes a touch right across his goal line, and Okafor's not that far away from sliding and blocking that back into his own goal. Another chance for a long throw in then for Ampadu. Throwing into the box now. Out to the edge. Stack fluffs his lines there as he tries to redeliver that back into the box, and cleared by West Ham for yet another throw into Leeds. Jakobijol. Now Strauch. James Justin. Ball forward. Intercepted though by Disasi. I didn't know Disasi was on loan from Chelsea. I thought it was a permanent move, but he's been a mainstay of their lineup since he came from Chelsea. Mavropanos too, and apparently Max Kilman's barely had a look in really. When they played us earlier in the season, West Ham, Kilman was in that lineup, but has really barely seen much game time since. Here's Strauch. Jakobijol. 9,000 Leeds fans. Here's Rodon. Tanaka dropping in to receive the ball. Rodon. Good ball from him into Stack. Now Ampadu. Strong tackle in there by West Ham, but Ampadu uses his body well and keeps hold of the ball. Here's Tanaka now. I will say Tanaka is, considering that we're playing three at the back and he doesn't really need to, Tanaka is dropping very deep. Ball forward there was cut out by Disasi. Not a great ball by Jakobijol, I think it was. Good header away there by Rodon. Mecha chasing down, but here's El Hadji Malik Diouf. El Hadji Malik Diouf, of course, was one of Leeds' prime left-back targets in the summer from the Czech League, but in the end went to West Ham. Walker Peters as well was one whose name was mentioned after Southampton got relegated, of course. Here's Bowen. Tries to put the ball across the box. That is an unbelievable save by Lucas Perry. That's a really good save. The ball straight across the face of goal, and it looked like it was going in. And Perry gets a very, very good hand to it. Great save. It's a really, really good save by the Brazilian. Here's Fernandez. Now Disasi. Wan-Bissaka. Now Adama Traore. Here's Magassa. Over again to Diouf. Cross into the box is flicked on and then away by James Justin. Magassa again. Back to Diouf. Can he keep it in? He can just about, and he's going to try and get past Bogle and deliver, but no. Good block there by Jayden Bogle, and it's going to be a corner kick. Yeah, I tell you what, it's a really good save because it's put into the box by Bowen, and then Castellanos does get a foot on it and aims it towards goal, and it's a really, really good save. That's a really good save. Corner kick then to West Ham. Strong start attacking wise for both sides here. The last couple of minutes it's been all West Ham as they head it towards the Leeds goal, but Anton Stack is able to send that one away with his left foot. It has gone out for a throw in there, I think, maybe, or unless it was an offside. Well, there's Ellis Platten again. Oh, he's with his girlfriend. Somebody asked that before. Well, no, they're going to have to take it again, I think, because the referee said he wasn't ready. is Lucas Perry then. He's going to take this free kick. It must have been an offside decision. He's going to probably pump it long, I imagine. Yeah, straight up towards Metcha. Metcha jumps for it. He wins the header, but it goes straight to Potts, I think. By the way, is another very West Ham sounding name. Freddie Potts. What's his name, mate? It's Freddie Potts, mate. Another offside there against West Ham. Strauch. Ampadu. Now Justin. Ball down the line here to Okafor. Tanaka. Big Al 3364 saying only drawn West Ham 4 times in the FA Cup and Leeds won 102 years ago. So due a win. Yeah, just a bit. 102 years. Jesus. Ball flicked towards Ampadu here. Now Tanaka. Okafor's made himself available. He's in space over on the left-hand side. Okafor to the near post, cuts it back across. It goes across everybody, unfortunately, but can be picked up here by Bowen in the end. Rodon was trying to get it, but he's given it straight to Tanaka. Has Haribo with the £2 super chat. Come on, Leeds. Let's score for a change. Thank you very much for the super chat. Yeah, look. We are so overdue a goal. We haven't scored one in ages. No one near it now. We haven't scored a goal in so long. It's been like 3 games, I think, since we scored a goal. Let me check. Since we scored a goal in the league, it's been Leeds, Brentford 0-0. So 1, 2, 3, 4 games since we score a goal, and this is the 5th. We're 10 minutes into the 5th game since we scored a goal. Justin tried to cross that into the box there. It's blocked and then cleared away by Disasi. Strauch with a good defensive header. Ampadu with a dodgy pass. Then Rodon's done well to get rid of it. Okafor fouled and Leeds can get the ball back, but Ampadu just a bit dodgy there the way he did that. He just hoofed it. He didn't really think about it. He just booted it straight up in the air. He's a very good goalkeeper, Clive. There's a reason why he was rated so highly in France. I think sometimes they just need a bit of time. Now Tanaka. Now Rodon. Knocks back to Biol here. Biol with a little lofted pass. Stack with a nice little header. And then Rodon looks to go backwards again. Ampadu. Now Biol. Right back to where we started. Because nobody ever is really willing to take that risk and try and go forward. Now Strauch. Brings it forward a little bit to the halfway line. And then goes sideways to Tanaka. Biol. Good little flick there by Ampadu, and now Bogle's got a little bit of space to run into as he comes forward. His pass was blocked, but it went straight back to Bogle, so he's got it again. Bogle with a really good bit of footwork there, and then Metcha can't quite get it back to him as it bobbles up to him. Ampadu. Now Stack. Stack with the ball into the box. It's a lofted ball. I don't think anyone's ever really going to get a telling touch on a ball like that. Oh, Traore's coming forward here, charging at the Leeds backline. He plays a ball out to Jared Bowen, who shoots. Good save by Perry, and then cleared away by James Justin. And then Juve has won that back off Stack as well. Leeds need to be careful here. Bowen with a cross. Castellanos goes for the bicycle kick, kicks Biol in the head, and Leeds can start from a free kick. Thanks, Jonathan Smith. Appreciate that. We've got to stick together as Northerners anyway. You've got to stick to Northerners against against southern teams. I don't know if Goodmanson is suspended or is just omitted from the squad. Strauch, he's done well there to run all the way to the halfway line from his own box. No one really challenging him. Justin. It's going to be a free throw into Leeds, I think, after Adama Traore's little shove there on Justin. Yeah, it's definitely a free kick, that. He's just wiped him out. Yeah, Perry's been good so far, but we have only been 14 minutes. Tanaka with a good turn. Now Mecha. Good ball out wide to Bogle. Bogle with the ball into the box. It goes back out to the edge again after the clearance by Disasi, I think it was. Bowen pokes it forward here to Adama Traore. You've got to be careful of their pace on the break, but Yakubiyol deals with that one this time. Yeah, it's always away games, isn't it? I think the Norwich one was a home game, wasn't it? But other than that, we really haven't had many in the last couple of years. Strauch. Perry's got the ball at the moment, just kind of stood with his foot on it, waiting for someone to come anywhere near him. He's still just walking with the ball here. And he's giving it to Biol, and now Biol's giving it away. Castellanos, good tackle there. Internet outage for a second there. Oh, we've skipped a lot of time though, so let me Ali McCoy's giving props to Eddie Gray at the moment, saying how good of a player he was in his day. Here's Yakubiyol. Rodon's pass there cut out. Yeah, I think at some point we'll switch to a 4-3-3, Dave, and that's when we'll see Nonto, and I think we'll see Nonto on the right wing, Okafor on the left wing, Mecha through the middle, or Calvert-Lewin might come on through the middle. Bogle feels like he was probably fouled there, but nothing given, and now Magassa. Good tackle though by Okafor. Leeds have the ball back. Tanaka. Now Mecha's flick there just goes straight at Kilman rather than back to Stack. Giving the ball away though. Again here, West Ham. Here's Ampadu. Now Bogle. Out wide to Tanaka. Tanaka back to Bogle in the half space on the edge of the box. Ball's fallen fortuitously there for Stack. Tanaka. Bogle. Had to go back again there. His Stack out on the wing. Back to Tanaka. Back all the way to the halfway line now with BL. Sometimes just put the ball in the box. Instead of just keeping the ball just for the sake of keeping the ball, and now we've lost it. And we had a chance where we could have put the ball in the box a minute ago. And now they're on the break. Rodon does well though and sweeps that up. But seriously, sometimes it's just best to put, instead of messing about with it out on the wing, You fashioned the opportunity to get the ball in the box. You've played with the ball well enough to get yourself out there in a crossing position. So that's what your passing move is for, is to get yourself into a position where you can either cross or shoot. So then when you're in that position, why not cross it? There's no point keeping possession for keeping possession's sake and playing it all the way back to the centre backs again just to try and come forward and then lose the ball. It doesn't make any sense. But Leeds do have a free kick as Kilman has fouled Metcher as Metcher tried to turn towards the West Ham goal. It's quite far out. Stack is stood over it. It's a long way out. I'd say, judging off how big the box is, it's probably about... Yeah, it's probably about double the box, so it's probably about 35, 36 yards away from goal, this. He may go for goal. They've probably seen that this season, but his Stack goes to shoot, bobbles past the wall, but not much further than that, and then a foul against the West Ham team by Bogle it was, or James Justin. What was the point of that? What was the point of that? Good foot there by Okafor. Now Okafor gets it back again from Justin. He's got Stack in support. Good feet there by Okafor and a good ball into the box. Headed back to the goalkeeper though by Juve. Good foot there by Jacobillo. Really good defending. Now back to Joe Rodon. And all the way back to Perry. Yeah, look, you've got to at some point just start putting the ball in the box. Jacobillo with it at the moment. Like that free kick as well should have just gone into the box. Good ball by Bogle into the middle here for James Justin, whose pass out to Okafor is a good one actually, and Okafor can face up once more against Walker Peters. Good ball into the box. Bogle tries to keep it in. Here is Bogle inside the box. Tries to shoot, bobbles a little bit, and then Bowen's able to clear it a little bit further away this time. Tanaka heads it back towards the West Ham goal. And it's a high foot there from Castellanos, and it's going to be a free kick there to Leeds, as I think Rodon might have taken a boot in the mouth there. Yeah, I think he got kicked in the, like, right here on the side of the chops. So it's going to be a free kick to Leeds and a chance this time again once more to actually cross the ball into the box. You've got some players in the box who can get on the end of things like that, so... Chat seems very quiet at the moment. Can everyone see me still and still hear me? Yeah, let me know. Ball into the box from Stack. Cleared away. Now Tanaka. Okafor. James Justin out on the right-hand side. Now Bogle. Bogle's cross blocked there. Yeah, looks like it's still all streaming fine. Chat stopped. Yeah, chat seems okay on my end. Like as in, like it doesn't seem like there's anything... So going to be a corner kick to Leeds here. Okafor trying to put the ball in the box there. It's blasted off a West Ham defender. Yeah, it'll go to penalties. Are we back? Well, that corner didn't go in. Yeah, that corner must not have gone in, so that's fine. Yeah, sorry, internet. Okafor with the flick on towards Mecha. West Ham win it back though. Here's Magassa. Okafor's won that back, and then a tackle there by Walker Peters has sent the ball all the way through to Alphonse Areola. He's rolled that out to the left back for Juve. Stack does work really well there to win that one back. Here's Mecha. Fouled there, but Leeds allowed the advantage, I think. Okafor. Now James Justin coming towards the box. He goes to, I don't know whether it was a shot or a pass across the box. I don't know, but it wasn't very good either way. Good bit of play by Leeds though. Tanaka out to Okafor, gives it to James Justin, and then I just don't know whether he's missing halfway between shooting and crossing or what, but it's just, it was not a good one of either. Header by Stroke. Now Stack. Ooh. Kilman is loving going through the back of Mecha today. Here's Rodon. Now Tanaka. Fantastic turn by Tanaka and a good ball out wide here to James Justin. Now Okafor. Ball back across the box. Tanaka rolling it. He goes to shoot. Yes! 1-0 to Leeds. Out Tanaka. Come on. 1-0 to Leeds. Out Tanaka makes it 1. Come on. Took a deflection, went over the goalkeeper, but we don't care. It was good build-up, good play to get into that position, and Leeds have gone 1 up. Come on. Yeah, Tanaka. Oh, by the way, Tanaka started the move with a fantastic turn. Played the ball out wide to James Justin. Justin cuts inside. Oh, goes outside. Okafor back to Tanaka. Tanaka with great feet, and then his shot hits Disasi, flicks up and hits the crossbar. It's a really, really good turn and touch in the box. Good turn on the halfway line from him. He started that move and finished it. Really, really good. Come on. Well done, Tanaka. Come on, Leeds. Mateus Fernandez. Magassa, the pass to Magassa is loose from Fernandez. Here's Okafor. Tanaka, now Strauch. Tanaka once more. Into Mecha. Ampadu now tries to play that one back out wide to Bogle. That's a weird decision there by Juve to just let that one run out for a throw-in. But alas, we are underway again. Here's Disasi. Disasi, Fernandez, back to the Chelsea loanee one. Right, apologies about that. We didn't miss anything, I don't think. Yeah, well, we ended our Well, to be fair, that scoring drought didn't include the FA Cup because we scored 3 against Norwich. So if you're talking about the Premier League, we are still in a goal-scoring drought, but it's good that we've scored for our confidence anyway against a Premier League team. Gilman clearing the ball. Tanaka wins the header. Rodon has tried to clear that. He's cleared it a second time, and this time it stayed cleared and went out for a throw-in. Here's Magassa. Now Diouf. Bowen. Diouf once more. Now Potts. Magassa. Fernandez. Tries to come forward here. Signed quite a few of our targets in the summer, West Ham, including Mateus Fernandez, but it's one of those things, isn't it, where all of the bottom teams are looking at similar players that they're trying to recruit, especially ones from teams that have gone down in the previous season, i.e. Walker-Peters and Fernandez from Southampton. Once upon a time, we were trying to sign Castellanos as well. It's going to be a throw in there to Leeds. Throw in by Justin down the line. Clearance there by Areola. Thanks, Grand Prairie Cobra. So Spurs, I don't listen to Iron Maiden. Go Leeds. Thank you so much for the super chat there. I'm assuming that you meant because you're so much of a Spurs fan, you won't listen to any West Ham watch-alongs. I'm assuming that's what you meant, and if you did, then yes, welcome to the stream. Here is Walker-Peters. Back to Areola now. Now, Max Kilman. Iron Maiden are also a metal band. So ball forward there towards Bowen, who can just about keep it in. It's going to be a throw in there to West Hamage. Well, it's nice to have you, Sophie. Welcome to the family. Here is Bowen. And of course, welcome on the streams as well. Here's Walker-Peters now, over on the right-hand side. Cuts that back to Mateus Fernandez. It's a fantastic ball into the box, just curling away from the goalkeeper. But in the end, no West Ham head there to finish it off. Bogle fighting with Diouf to get that ball there. Anton Stack's done well. He's going to try and carry forward here. He pokes the ball into the path of Okafor's on here. Okafor and Stack running towards the West Ham goal. Stack goes to shoot! Oh my God, what a save. Stack is saying that he's been caught there by maybe the goalkeeper. In the end, the tackle there from the West Ham defender really helped us out. Okafor caught in two minds. His pass is not quite right for Stack. I tell you what, though, is that not a penalty? Is that not a penalty? I think that's a penalty. Like, just because the ball's already gone doesn't mean it's not a penalty. The ball had gone like a millisecond before. That's a late tackle. And anywhere else on the pitch, that's a free kick. So, therefore, it should be a penalty. Oh, come on. They've described it as a natural coming together between the attack. He slid in to try and block it, missed, and took out our striker, or took out Stack. So how is that not a... It doesn't matter if he could stop his momentum. He is sliding in on purpose. That is baffling to me. That is mind-boggling. That is mind-boggling because, look, anywhere else on the pitch, that's considered a late tackle and is pulled up for a free kick. But the commentators are agreeing and saying, well, he couldn't stop his momentum. But he slid in. He slid in to make a challenge and missed the ball and got the man. So, what... That is absolutely baffling to me. Tanaka is having to take this this corner because Stack is off the pitch. I just don't get it. Just because it was meant to be a block, it doesn't matter about the intention. Corner comes in from Tanaka. Ball headed straight up in the air and then away by Disasi. Bogle is going to let that one run for a throw-in, and I think he's probably going to wait for Ampadu to come and throw it back in the box. And also wait for Stack to be able to get back on again. How is that a natural coming together? I just don't understand how they can call it a natural coming together. Throw-in comes into the box. Flicked on! Okafor, or Metra it was in the end, over the bar. Yeah, it was a good little flick by Strauch, I think it was, and then, yeah, Walker-Peters is just there to put off Metra as he tries to keep his shot down, but goes way over the bar in the end. Here's Juve. Now Bowen. Magassa. Now Disasi. No, well, Stack's just come back onto the pitch, but I think it's more than anything, I think it would have been an impact knock. I think it would have just hurt in the moment. Here's a ball into the box by Walker-Peters. It's a shocking pass. He should have easily crossed that across the face of goal there, and he's just lifted it up. Kilman with the ball towards the back post. Adama tries to keep it in. Straight up in the air. Shocking. Out for a Leeds goal kick. I don't want to come to regret this, but Adama Traore is stealing a living being a Premier League footballer at so many different clubs, and at some point going to Barcelona as well. He's fast and he's strong. He'd make a fantastic, Olympian. But his technical ability has always been lacking. And I don't mean compared to somebody like me. I mean compared to the rest of the Premier League. I think Stack may have come off here. Yeah, he has. Stack's come off and Aronson has come on. So that's Stack off, Aronson on. Perry sends that one long. James Justin can't quite win the header. Walker Peters heads it away. Here's Kilman. Now Bowen. Juve. Ball down the line towards Potts. Potts has gone past Tanaka there. Potts still looking to try and get the ball into the box, but here's Bowen on the edge. Goes to shoot, blocked by his own player, I think there. Mecha there slides in, and then Disasi goes down. Fernandez has a shot in the end, goes straight into the gloves of Perry, but I mean, look, Mecha tried to slide in and block the challenge. Do you know what? Actually, I'm going to go berserk. What Mecha just did then, whoever's watching this, watch what Mecha just did. He went to block a pass, missed by a millisecond, and ended up wiping out Axel Disasi. That is the exact thing that just happened to Stack in the box. And he's given Mecha a card for it as well, a yellow card. It boggles the mind, the inconsistency. How can you give that as a foul and a yellow card if you're not going to give us a penalty for what just happened with Anton Stack? What on earth? What planet are they on if they don't give that as a penalty, but they give that as a free kick? Here's Strauch and Purdue. Now James Justin. It's going to be a Leeds throw in. Ball down the line by James Justin there, but in the end it goes off for a throw in here to Disasi. It's so maddening, isn't it, that we should have had it. We should have had a penalty and we should have been 2-0 up, really. I think every other team around us looks at Leeds, like all the build up to this, all the West Ham fans are saying, oh yeah, we'll easily beat Leeds, but I don't know, none of us are that much better than each other, and they act like there's like a world between us. We're probably better than, in fact, our league position shows that we are better than them. So I don't know where they get that from, that level of arrogance, especially because Leeds is a much bigger club than West Ham. Here's Tanaka. Tanaka tries to just poke that ball through. Okafor tried to poke that ball through to Tanaka there, but it's gone out for a Leeds throw-in. Justin there takes that one into Mecha. Mecha tries to keep hold of it, bowled over by Disasi, but Leeds can win the ball back here. Here's Bogle. What the hell are you doing, Bogle? What the hell was that? Again, I think it was a half decision between shooting and passing. I think I would have completely, if that was a penalty at the other end, I think I would have been completely accepting it, and I'd been annoyed at the defender who did it because he slid in and wiped someone out in the box. Leeds trying to win the ball back here off Fernandez. Does well to keep the ball. Here's Kilman. Now Magassa. Juve. Carrying it down the left-hand side here, looking for a crossing opportunity maybe. Yeah, he puts it into the box towards Castellanos, over the bar. Perry knows he could leave that on. Yeah, Perry knows that's going over the bar there, and in the end he can just watch it over. Had his angles covered. Yeah, just seen him try to control that ball. I think he's getting ready to add the time on at half time. Here's James Justin. Good foot by Tanaka, pokes that one through towards Okafor. Good foot by Tanaka once again. He's playing really well, Tanaka. Here's Adama Traore. Ampadu trying to get a foot in on him. Now Walker-Peters, Fernandez. Good foot there by James Justin. I think there's going to be 3 minutes added on, maybe 2. 3 because of what's Stack's injury. Ball out wide now. Juve tries to put the ball right across the face of goal. 4 minutes added on. Oh, look, there's Somerville. Sat behind Thomas Souček. Wouldn't be amazing, wouldn't it be amazing to get a goal before half-time? Right before the half. Lucas Perry then with the goal kick. Hoof! Sends it long. Away by Disasi. Beale's header straight up in the air. Away by Rodon once more. Now Disasi back again. Aronson wins the header. Away by Kilman. Foul by Mateus Fernandez. And it's going to be a free kick to Leeds. Here's Strauch. Good ball by Strauch there. James Justin across the box. Oh, it's unlucky there. Really unlucky because it hits the West Ham defender before trickling back to Areola, or it would have gone straight across to Mecha. Here's Perry. Here's Magassa. Now Fernandez. They were just talking about how well James Justin's done this season on commentary. Here's Juve. Disasi now. Kilman. Walker-Peters, whose name is so long it almost does a full circle on his back. Here's Juve. Crossed the ball into the box there. Fernandez towards the back post. Flicked away by James Justin, but picked up by Walker-Peters. Magassa with the ball back into the box. Castellanos' header. And Perry is able to just pick it up. Offside, though, against Castellanos, I think it was. Yeah, Bowen's offside as the ball came through to him. Beale did so well, though, to just get his body in the way. Yeah, he does so well, Beale. He just blocks it. He puts his whole body in the path of Bowen's foot so that when Bowen tries to volley it, he can only volley Beale's back. Sent forward there by Perry. Disasi wins that. Disasi's winning those headers all day against Mecha. I imagine we may see Calvert-Lewin late on. He might give him a bit more of a run for his money in the air. Potts sends that ball, well, into touch for a Leeds throw-in. Perhaps he just wants the half to end. James Justin then. With the throw-in, which I imagine might be the last contribution of the half. Yeah, well, that's half-time, everybody. Leeds 1-0 up at half-time is not something that we would have complained about when the game started, so that is a very, very good news for us. I will take a short break and then we'll talk about the happenings of that first half, and then we'll come back for the second half, where Leeds United hopefully continue this winning and get through to the next round, which is a semi-final. So I'll be back very, very shortly. Hello. Sums it up, Tasha. absolutely sums it up. Metcha gets booked for a lesser foul than the West Ham defender on the stack. I just simply do not understand this whole thing about saying that it was a natural coming together. He couldn't stop his movement. Well, he decided to try to go in for a sliding challenge. Now, whether that sliding challenge was as intended as a block or a slide tackle makes no odds. It makes no difference whatsoever. He slid in, he wiped out the player just after the ball was gone. Therefore, anywhere else on the pitch, as we've seen in this very game, it would be a free kick. Why then is it not a penalty to Leeds, and why then are other people saying that that's not a penalty to Leeds? It is absolutely ridiculous. Other than that, we've been quite good. I'd say we've been fairly decent in that first half. We've been quite strong defensively, I would say. We've been decent, decent-ish kind of going forward, making opportunities and stuff. So I've been fairly happy with the way that we've played, but realistically, let's just have another goal and put it to bed and get through to the semi-final, which would be amazing, by the way. See what Jermaine Beckford and Joe Cole have to say. No doubt Joe Cole will be biased towards West Ham and Beckford will be biased towards Leeds. I want to know what they say about the free kick, to be honest. The penalty, sorry. He gets a bit lucky with the deflection going over the top of the goalkeeper. However, the whole move... So Joe Cole's talking about it now. Oh, Joe Cole's even saying, how can you not give that a penalty? Yep, they're mentioning it. So they're actually calling it out. Fair play to Joe Cole, who is a West Ham boy. Yeah, it's the exact same challenge, isn't it? I'm glad they're actually calling it out as well on the TV. I'm glad they are, because that is absolute BS. It's a fantastic save by Perry as well. Just watching the highlights back, that was a really good save by Perry very early on. Yeah, and then Bowen tries to go across the goalkeeper. Another good save from Perry. $39 since Leeds have been in the FA Cup final, semi-final. 39 years. Wouldn't it be nice to reset that clock? And I mean, look, if we get drawn against Southampton, there's a chance that we go into the bloody final. Can't believe Southampton beat Arsenal, by the way. Unbelievable result for them. Let's have a look at where they are in the Championship. No, not the Champions League table. Championship table. Southampton are 7th. Sheffield United are still 17th. Jesus. Jesus. Leicester City are 22nd. Did they get a points deduction? Honestly, I completely like... Coventry are going to go up first, aren't they? Done all right, haven't they? Coventry, Millwall in second, Middlesbrough in third, Ipswich, Hull and Wrexham. Wrexham in sixth in the playoff places. Although Southampton do have a game in hand. Hotting up in the Championship, not that I take any interest in it whatsoever once we're out of it. I pretend it doesn't exist. We're back. God, that was annoying. Yeah, look, you'd have Millwall. Well, it depends on whether it would be sod's law that you wouldn't get Millwall West Ham in the Premier League because West Ham will probably get relegated and Millwall will get promoted. Whereas it would be good to have them both. The funniest is for Spurs to go down. But realistically, if Spurs stay up, I'm expecting them to be not back to normal necessarily, but back to like finishing like 10th. So therefore, they wouldn't really be a threat next season. It's difficult, really. I think Spurs will be the funniest. Just hoping that we pick up some points. Look, if we got a win against Man United, wouldn't that would be absolutely unreal, wouldn't it? A, because of the history of it, and B, because it'd take us up to 36 points. Leeds 33 points, Forest 32 points, Spurs 30 points, West Ham 29 points, and 5 games to go. There's a very real chance that Wolves finish above Burnley as well, you know. Burnley aren't mathematically relegated yet, are they? Neither are Wolves. But Wolves would have to win every game, and Spurs would have to lose every game for that to happen. Which, stranger things have happened in football, but I can't quite see that happening. Wouldn't it be funny if... Man City did get relegated with all the charges? I can't see it, though. It would be very weird, wouldn't it? It would be like one of those weird FIFA saves where one of the top clubs just disappears and you're like, where the hell did they go? Oh my god, they're in the Championship. 21 points available. I think there's 15 available, isn't there? There's only 5 games left. Oh no, you play 38, don't you? Not 36. That's my fault. Yeah, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 7 games to play. Come on, let's start the game again. City only get a fine, no points deduction. Couple of substitutions, it looks like, for West Hamage. West Hamage Albion look to be making a couple of substitutions. Souček and Pablo, who I thought would be Pablo Fornals, but apparently not. Don't think Pablo Fornals even plays for them anymore. I don't know who's coming off. It's not Fernandez. So it looks like Thomas Souček is coming on. That's so tin pot to play your anthem at half time as well. I'm sure I've got no recollection of Leeds playing it at half time at Elland Road, marching on together. So Magassa and Potts are the ones to come off. We are underway here for the second half. Is Ampadu. Now Bogle. Ampadu plays that one forward towards Aronson for him to chase. Kilman just poos his pants and puts it out for a Leeds throw-in. Scared of little old Aronson. Good position this for a long throw-in. Ampadu then. Ampadu with the throw-in into the box. Ball bobbling around here. Away by Jared Bowen, though. And now Adama Traore sets off on a run. Ampadu, you've got to be... he knew he was going to do that. Ampadu's going to get himself a yellow card there. Very... very, very cynical foul there. Yeah, look... The thing is, right, what Ampadu's just done there, I don't like that at all. I hate that in football. But if you can't beat them, join them, because everybody else does it against us. Do you remember the Fernandinho one and Rafinha where he practically killed him? So it's just a yellow card for Ampadu. They did check it for some reason, even though everybody does it against us. It's just a trip. See, he's... Oh, Rodon's gone down now as well. But I mean, it's not a red though by the letter of the law. Rodon's still down. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Adam, that everybody does it against us, so we shouldn't be punished any worse for doing the same thing. But I don't think it should be allowed at all. I think that should be a red card. However, it's not because everybody does it against us and gets away with it, so... It's a free kick to West Ham then. It's been a big bloody stoppage in play, this. Nothing's really happened in the second half because of that. Clipped forward by Juve, away by Metcher on the edge of the box. Okafor with a good header. Rodon is on the sideline and he wants to come back onto the pitch here. Here's Adama. Tries to play the ball towards the back post, away by Strout. Good defending there. Here's Okafor down the left-hand side. Okafor. He tries to go past his man. He manages to get the ball to Ampadu, though. Ampadu to Aronson. Aronson feels like he was fouled there, or Ampadu certainly claimed for it, but nothing doing. Here's Bogle. Come on, Leeds. Let's get a second. Good turn by Bogle. Ampadu! Shocking. Shocking pass from Ampadu. He's really let that one go there. Rodon's done well there. Souček has just shoved Rodon out of play there, and it's going to just be a normal throw into West Ham. He's a dirty boy, Souček. To avoid calling him a dirty bar stool. Cleared there by Juve. Should have been a foul. Should have been a foul against Rodon there. Here's Souček. Ball forward to Castellanos, who is offside yet again. And he's kicked the ball away. He's kicked... So, on what planet is that not kicking the ball away? He would have saved it, though. So Leeds are bringing off Joe Rodon and bringing on... I know their game. Try and crock us for the rest of the season. Bornau has been brought on. I don't get this barn owl thing. Like, Bornau doesn't really sound like barn owl, and he's not really made any mistakes. Here is Bornau. Carries that one forward. Into Bogle. Good ball from Ampadu into Metcher. Now Bogle. Ball across the box here for Justin. Tries to play that reverse pass there to Aronson. Foul by Bogle in the end for that shoulder barge there from Bogle. Here's Kilman. Now Disasi. Areola. Kilman again. Now Juve. Leeds putting on a bit of pressure here. Chipped forward. Bornau trying to battle with Traore there. Bounces off him. Yeah, hopefully they've taken them off just as a precaution. Stack and Rodon, and it's not something serious, but they've just thought, I'm not risking it. Here's Perry. Okafor there falls over and loses the ball. Here's Walker-Peters. Good foot there by Yakabiyol. He does so well. Now Aronson's going to charge forward with it. Aronson does so well there to get the ball to Okafor. Okafor carrying it forward here. Good ball to Bogle. Oh, it nearly gets to him, but Kilman gets a foot on it. Here's Ampadu. Now Mecha. Oh, Mecha gets tackled there by Walker-Peters, and now Tati Castellanos blocked there by Tanaka, and now they're able to play forward again here. Here's Castellanos. Pablo beyond him. Good foot there by Tanaka. Socek heads it to Juve. Juve plays that one down the line here. Now Castellanos. Kilman. Back to Areola. Now Walker-Peters. Bowen tries to play a pass back to him. Walker-Peters is going to get there. Strauch, though. Strauch just blocks it, and it's going to be a throw-in. Here's Kilman. Now Fernandez. Kilman once more. Now Adama Traore. Looking to cross the ball in towards the back post. Headed away. It's a head injury there. Biol and Pablo are both down here. Shout out Ankalima12 with the £2 super chat. Thank you very, very much. Second goal for Leeds, please, for a more comfortable watch. Yeah, it would be nice if we could, especially because at the moment West Ham seem to be getting a little bit of confidence behind them, getting in the ascendancy a little bit, and if we could get a goal now, that would really sting for them. Yeah, it looked like Yakabiyol and Pablo headed each other then when the ball went away. I mean, look, at this point, you'd have to put James Justin in at centre-back and Sam Byram on. I think Pablo is having to come off for a second. Beal is being checked here for a concussion. Because if he does have to come off, you're going to have Byram on. Because we don't have any other defenders on the bench. Suppose you could put Justin at centre-back and put somebody like Okafor at wing-back, but... Or go to a back four. I think that's what I'd be tempted to do. I think I'd go to a back four, take Biol off, bring Nonto on and play as a 4-3-3, match them up. Sorry, I was just listening there because McCoist was talking about something that Eddie Gray had said to him the other day about it's weird to look at the table and see where Leeds are given the way that we've played, our performances that we've put in. We should be higher up the table. We should be higher up the table. It looks like Calvert-Lewin is getting warmed up. Bornau then with a throw-in. Ball bounces up in the air again. Well done by Aronson there. Ball forward by Strauch towards Mecha. Disasi is going to have to deal with it. Kilman is a right little shit, isn't he? he just always gets in the, like, Metcha's trying to run towards the ball and just stands in front of him and, like, barges him and stuff. It's just like, it's borderline obstruction. Okafor does a lot of winning the ball back, or at least he has in this game. Here's Okafor. Charging forward here. Use your pace, Okafor. That's it. Charging towards the box. Here, Noah Okafor coming into the box. Tries to square it. Disasi just shoulders him out of play there. Really good play from Okafor to get into that position, but just needed to be stronger. It just takes a heavy touch there, Okafor, and Disasi is able to just shield it out. Ball through here to Jared Bowen. He's going to keep it in. Castellanos has hit the post that holds up the goal. Don't know whether Bowen would have been offside in the build-up there. No, he was onside there. He was onside. It was a heavy pass, but he was onside, and the ball gets cut back to Tati Castellanos on the edge, and just, yeah, it doesn't hit a Leeds player, I don't think. No, just, yeah, poor shot in the end. Here's Strauch. Back to Lucas Perry. Now Yakabiyol. So check. Now Walker-Peters. Jared Bowen. Walker-Peters once more. Being forced backwards here by Justin. Good foot there by Ampadu, but it's only going to go to Disasi. That's what I'm talking about before, though, Webb's fan as well. Teams are going to, games ebb and flow, don't they? So teams are going to kind of get into it a little bit more and be dominant at certain stages of the game. And if you can score whilst they think, oh, we're playing a bit better now, we're into our stride. If you can then score whilst they're doing that, that's a real stinger, because they think, oh, well, even when we're playing well, they've gone and scored against us. It really takes the wind out of the sails. Here's Adama Traore. Aronson does well to block that cross. It's a header. It's off the post. Back post header by Castellanos is off the post. Wow, that was close. West Ham really getting up for it now. The fans have come to life for the first time. Here's Juve. Another cross towards the back post. It's gone through everybody, but they're going to be able to pick it up again with Walker-Peters. Now Bowen. Bowen shoots away by Strauch. We've got to weather the storm here. Disasi shoots, blocked by Tanaka. Good defending there. It's unlucky there, you know, because Aronson does well and he gets a foot on that, and then Beal just misses the header. That cross there towards the back post, straight up in the air, punched away by Perry well. Here's Walker-Peters. Tries to cross it back in once more, away by Bornau. Metcha gets tackled and it goes straight back to Walker-Peters. Another cross into the box, this time blocked by Tanaka. It's going to be a corner to West Ham. Now Okafor's down. Are we just injuring all of our players for the run-in? Is that what we're doing? Hopefully it is. Commentators just mentioned that it may be a strategic problem, i.e. he's gone down to waste a bit of time because West Ham are in the ascendancy. Wilfred Gnonto getting ready. Well, Calvert-Lewin's getting ready. Looks like so is Ilya Gruev and so is Wilfred Gnonto. No, Gnonto's getting ready as well. But that will be all of our remaining substitutions. Corner comes in. Flicked on. Ampadu heads it and then eventually clears it. Woo! This is going to be a interesting last 25 minutes here. 25 minutes is a long time as well to weather a storm like this. Let's hope that we start to make inroads back into their defence in a short time as well. And look, momentum graphs are a thing for a reason. It changes throughout a game, so let's hope that after this kind of period of pressure, Leeds start to do it in the other direction. Good header there by Biol, and Perry catches it. Perry with an unbelievable throw, by the way. He's done... Oh, Aronson slips. Unlucky there. It's a really good throw by Perry. He should utilise that more often. Bowen tries to cross the ball. Okafor. Cross blocked there by Justin. Ball bouncing. Okafor. Somehow Fernandez has come away with it here. It was probably a foul by James Justin, but Okafor now plays the ball down the line. Aronson's going to chase that. Kilman's there, though. Plays it back to the goalkeeper. Straight out to Juve again. It's a bit end-to-end now. Come on, Leeds. So I think this is why Farke needs to make these substitutions. He needs to change the impetus of the game. Castellanos has just gone down off the ball for some reason and rolled over. Here's Disasi. Now Souček. Juve looks like he's about to cross. Dan James is not in the squad, so that would be a difficult task, Russell. Disasi puts it into the box. Away by Biol. Adama Traore. Aronson does well there to block that pass, but it is going to be a corner kick here to West Ham. Let's hope for a breakaway goal. Wouldn't that be good? Come on, Leeds. Our only winger is Gnonto on the bench. Ball comes in from the corner, headed away to the edge for... So Gnonto, Gruev and Calvert-Lewin are coming on. Gnonto for Okafor. Calvert-Lewin for Mecha. So Tanaka's coming off for Gruev. Gnonto apparently got sent to the changing rooms to change the boots that he put on. Apparently Nonto had blades on and was sent back into the changing rooms to put studs on before being allowed to come back out onto the pitch again. Here's Disasi. Injection of fresh legs here for Leeds may make a difference. Like Isaac says, probably good substitutions given the situation. Here's Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Takes a touch forward, looking for a pass. Nonto. Good flick from him to Justin. Now Nonto again. Nonto fouled there from behind by Disasi, and a free kick to Leeds. Chance to put the ball into the box. Come on, Leeds. Ilya Gruev then left-footed out on the left-hand side. It's a good position for him to deliver a cross from. Calvert-Lewin's there. Biol, Strauch. Bornau into the box. Strauch over the bar. It wasn't a very good cross into the box, and Strauch did well to do what he did with it. I don't know. He's unlucky there, Strauch. He couldn't quite keep it down, but a weird cross into the box, I thought. A very weird cross. Here's Areola. Long ball forward. Won back by Ampadu. Here's Nonto. Nonto with a good ball into Aronson. Aronson through in the box. He feels like he was fouled this time for a penalty. Nothing given so far. Bornau does well defensively there against Adama Traore. It'll be checked. So Aronson's in on goal here. Oh my God, it's a penalty. Penalty to Leeds. It's not been given yet, but Kilman completely misses the ball and wipes out Aronson. Aronson kind of accidentally nutmegs him, and Grand Prairie Cobra says it's a penalty. If they don't give that, then I don't know what to say. If they don't give that, I've got no idea what to say. Yeah, Aronson just gets a tiny touch on it that puts it through Kilman's legs, and he just wipes him out. Why is he having to check the monitor? Why is he having to check the monitor in this case? It's a stonewall penalty. See it once, give a penalty. See it once, give a penalty. I swear, if this is not given, then you've got something. There's something seriously wrong with the officiating in our game. There is just something seriously wrong if this isn't given. I just don't understand how it can take that many. Hold on, we're going to hear because he's going to speak to us, I think. After review. Penalty. Yellow card and a penalty kick to Leeds United. I am just going to click off this tab because I know that people will spoil it if it's a penalty. Oh, better not click onto the bloody Google tab, which might tell me. It's 100% a penalty. I do not know and or understand at all why it would take that long to make the decision. Now, James Justin has the ball in his hands. Now Ampadu does. But it will be Calvert-Lewin to take it. To be honest, I trust Metcha with a penalty more than I trust Calvert-Lewin, but come on. Would you rather this win be now in the FA Cup to get us to the semi-final, or guaranteed on the last day of the season are 3 points? Calvert-Lewin scores! 2-0 to Leeds! 15 minutes to go, 2-0 up, away at West Hamage. Don't say that. Commentators saying we are going to end up in the FA Cup semi-final for the first time in 39 years. Not guaranteed yet. Not guaranteed yet. However, Leeds are 2-0 up. Come on. Loads of West Ham fans have started to pour out. Really good penalty as well, by the way. That's a really good penalty. 10 years before mine, Virgil. Oh, look, if we... Who are our options? Chelsea, Man City, or Southampton? Oh, Nonto with a lovely little flick. Good ball down the line for Aronson. Inside towards Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin wasn't ready for it, though, and Disasi is going to charge forward. They tried their hardest to look at that and see if it was could be given as a goal kick or whatever. To be given not as a penalty. They tried their hardest not to give it, but in the end it was completely stonewall. Thank you for the £1 super chat, Ankalima12. Appreciate that. Or super sticker. So that's... Look, Kilman should have given away 2 penalties in this game. Come on, Leeds. Defend this corner. You don't want to concede straight away. Mateus Fernandez's cross. One of the worst corners I've ever seen in my life. It's gone out for a throw-in. The 9th penalty that West Ham have conceded this season. There is something very childish but very satisfying about watching... The West Ham fans were going mad before. They were all on their feet. They hit the post. They were all excited and happy. And there is something very childish in me that enjoys then seeing shots of them all sat there like this. Afterwards. There's just something very childish and primal about it. But it is funny. Gilman should have given away 2 penalties in this game, not just 1. So justice has been served that we've even been given 1. Good touch by Calvert-Lewin. He's got it out on the left-hand side now. Back in the box. Oh, chance here for Bogle. Bogle across! Oh, so close from Nonto. So close. He flicked it with his heel, just rolled past the post. Oh, that's so unlucky. So unlucky from Nonto there. So free kick to Leeds there as Pablo pushes over Strauch. Calvert-Lewin can't quite reach that one. It's going to go out for a goal kick there to West Hamage. Come on. Wouldn't it be good if we could get Southampton? I know we'll draw City. Even Chelsea, we've got a chance, but City... Here's Traore. Now Juve. Juve again. Adama Traore. Yeah, well, of course Southampton would want Leeds, but realistically, we still should turn them over. Here's Fernandez, Kilman, Disasi. He's going to have to go all the way back to the goalkeeper here. I hope so, Pierre, but it's just sod's law that we'll get City and Chelsea will get Southampton and it'll be a Chelsea-City final. Here's Bowen. Good tackle there by Pascal Strauch. Little chipped ball towards Nonto here. Nonto's got space to run into as he charges forward down that left-hand side. Here is Nonto inside the box. He goes to shoot. It hits Disasi. Blocked away, and now Mateus Fernandez can carry it forward. Good footwork there. Here's Aronson. So Czech goes down there. He's given advantage, the referee. Castellanos gives the ball away. Now Sebastian Bornau shoots! What a strike that was by Bornau. Good save by Areola there, but what a strike that was by Bornau. Put a lot of power into it. Could have given it to Calvert-Lewin, but it just opened up for him and he just struck it. He's straight down the middle, unfortunately, but he puts the power on it at least. Should call him Bornau if he scores. Gruev then with the corner. Anton Stacker's got a boot on, as in like a plastic medical boot and crutches. Gruev with the cross into the box. Away by Areola. Gruev. Bogle tries to play it into the box. I swear to God, if he's got a broken ankle or something, then... And it... It's mad. Here's Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin wins Leeds a corner kick. You don't need the extra ER on the end of that, Rob. But I think it will be straight after the game, yeah. Corner kick to Leeds here. Hopefully it's straight after the game, because if it is, then we can stay live for it. But if it's not, and it's going to be ages past it, then it's going to be... Corner kick here to Leeds. Ball comes in towards the goalkeeper, who just catches it. Here's Areola. He's going to try and release El Hadji Malik Diouf, but Gruev does well there to get his body in the way and do an ailing flop, and gets the free kick for it in the end. Craig Pawson took his time to give that decision, but it is in the end a decision that goes the way of Leeds United. West Ham fans are pouring out of the ground. Bornau clips that one forward. Away by Kilman. Aronson. It's going to be a Leeds throw-in, I think. Ampadu then with the throw-in. Oh, no. Bogle's also trying to take the throw-in at the same time as him. I mean, it still is earned to play at Wembley. Throw into the box there with Ampadu. You still have had to go through all of the other rounds to get to Wembley. And you also get to have half the stadium full of Leeds fans, which will be mad. Half of Wembley is more than the capacity of Elland Road. Here's Nonto coming into the box now. Wilfred Nonto. Calvert-Lewin, he tries to flick it back towards Aronson, but it's away. Here's Ampadu. Ampadu shoots! Blocked away by Kilman. Gruev. Now Bogle. Oh, Bogle fouled there by Mateus Fernandez and a free kick to Leeds. You'd think that West Ham would be the team who are coming back into it now and... You'd think that West Ham would be the team who are coming back into it now and really putting the pressure on, but Leeds have been the one coming forward, taking all the shots. "15 minutes after full time. Okay, we'll stay live then. It's not exactly going to be a long draw, is it? They'll get it over with and then they'll do the thingy. Gruev with the ball in towards the back post. It goes over absolutely everybody. What I may do is stay live for the... I'll stay live for the draw, but I think what I might do is record my match reaction. If it's going to be 15 minutes after full time, then I may record my match reaction in 10 minutes live, so you'll see it, and then it'll go up to the rest of the subscribers afterwards. Because then I can just record it and then basically not talk to the chat, but do the reaction. And then I can record it and put it straight out whilst we're watching the draw, etc. Here's Disassi. Walker-Peters. Mateus Fernandez. Bogle just dummies that, and Adama Traore leaves it, and it goes out for a Leeds throw-in. Well, Bornau's already got a big slice on his knee. Aronson penalised for a push in the back there on Fernandez. Here's Disassi. Now Kilman. Fernandez. "11 added minutes, apparently. Here's Kilman. Now Fernandez. Mateus Fernandez. VAR was probably 3 or 4 minutes. There's a few injuries and stuff. A lot of substitutions. They were just talking about how apparently yesterday in one of the games they had 0 minutes added time, which is ridiculous because every time someone gets substituted, that takes up time in the game, and there was multiple substitutions. Gruev's knocked a ball over the top here towards Brendan Aronson. Aronson's in down the right-hand side here on the wing, looking for a pass. Here's Bogle. Bogle shoots over the bar. Should have just tries to get his knee over the ball there and get his head over it, but in the end he whacks it over the crossbar. Bogle, Justin and Strauch are up for man of the match. Here's Ampadu. Here's Souček. Now Disasi. If the draw was at 4:30, Harry, then we'd all be a bit knackered because it's 6:20 at the moment. Adama Traore's just jumped on the floor. It's going to be a yellow card, I think, to Jadon Bogle. 11 minutes added on. $11 added on is ridiculous. Farker's fuming. Mateus Fernandez was terrible cross into the box. Away by Gruev, but straight back to them and then back into the box. Headed over the bar there by Mateus Fernandez, I think it was. No, Pablo it was in the end. Perry with the goal kick then. Big hoof long. Nonto wins that flick on. Juve plays that forward here to Pablo. Good foot there by Ampadu. And Ampadu clears it. Up to Calvert-Lewin, who chests that one. Nonto trying to win that back off Souček. Not quite fast enough to get there. Here's Pablo. Now Traore. Cross into the box is very deep, but goes to Bowen. Bowen shoots. Hits the post, and they've scored. 2-1. 2-1. It should be it should have been 3-0 because of that penalty that we should have had. No one's alive to the second ball. It's a really good strike by Bowen and then goes to Mateus Fernandez. Eight minutes of stoppage time left. Well, I predicted 2-1 in my preview, I think. So let's hope it stays like this. Here's Areola. Sends that one long. Here's Ampadu. Now Aronson. Aronson fouled there, thank God. That's why you've always got to stay till full time. Those people who pour out the stadium, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Pour out the stadium, leaving your team early. And having to go, oh, I've got to do the walk of shame back to my seat. It's terrible. What's the point? Here's Nonto. Gets it back again on the left-hand side. Good ball into the box. It's bobbling around. Disasi comes out with it, though. Here's Walker-Peters. Leeds trying to block him off. Disasi clears. Here's Ampadu. Ampadu feels like he was fouled there, but it's been given as a throw-in to West Ham. Here's Adama Traore. Over on the left-hand side. Cross in the box. It goes all the way through to Perry, who can grab it and fall on it. Ampadu gives that one back to Perry. Good clearance by Perry. That's the distance you want to see on those type of clearances. Walker-Peters heads it straight up in the air. Disasi is obviously going to beat Nonto in the air. So check. Now Juve. Here's Adama Traore. Again, tries to cross it in towards the back post. It's in. Own goal, I think. Or is it Disasi? Why are we like this? Why are we like this? We should have had that other goal. That other penalty shout should have been a penalty. So we should have been 3-1 up, but really, you can only blame it. I don't know how many times we need to let Adama Traore have the ball in the exact same place and do the exact same cross in towards the back post before we realise that we've got to do something about it and stop it. I think it might have been, to me, it looked like a Strauch own goal on first watch. It might be ruled out for a high foot. He kicked Strauch in the head. Is there a chance that that gets ruled out? I'm clutching at straws here, but... high foot, it might be disallowed. It is very, very high. It's head height, and it's dangerous. It's reckless endangerment. It's been given. Doesn't take any time to check that, do they? They don't take any time to go to the thing and check that. Jesus Christ. "11 minutes as well. It's ridiculous, isn't it? That is a high foot. Flicked on here by Calvert-Lewin. Away by Disasi, the cheating goal scorer. We should have had another penalty, you know. It's ridiculous that we didn't. Free kick to West Ham on the halfway line. How many times did we have to watch the way that he stood there and crossed the ball into the box? before realizing that we had to do something about it, because I've watched him take the ball out there and put that cross into the box 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and we just let them do it over and over again. Header away by James Justin. Now Strauch wins the second ball. Here's Bowen. Blocked there by James Justin. It should have been disallowed, and also we should have had a penalty in the first half as well for that Kilman challenge on Stack. That's a foul throw. That is a foul throw. Aronson does well to try and get that away. Nonto wins the flick on. Kilman back in. Oh yeah, forgot about Nonto's as well. Ampadu does so well there. Oh, that's when the internet decides to go off, is it? Because that's good. Ampadu forward. Here's Juve. Flicked forward, and Perry can just pick that one up. 30 seconds to go of the 11 minutes. What a flick on by Calvert-Lewin. Nonto was nearly in there. Nonto was so close to being in on goal there. Shut up, Chico. Farker is useless. We've dominated this entire game, and we've had a penalty that wasn't allowed, and they've scored with a high boot at head height that should have been disallowed. Everything's gone against us. Another last chance. Gruev with a chance to cross the ball into the box with a free kick here. Over on the left-hand side. Apparently it's not been given because his foot is in front of the Leeds defender, which... how does that make any difference? Gruev then with the free kick. Come on, good delivery. Just give us a chance. Gruev. Ball into the box. It's Calvert-Lewin's header. It's too floated, and Areola can just catch it in the end. Aronson does so well there. Juve had a big old hold of him. Bloody hell. Well, Yacobiel with a free kick, which I imagine is going to be the last kick of the game. Oh, no, he's going to leave it to Perry. West Ham, every single game that they've had in this FA Cup has gone to extra time, including now this one. Jeff, look, don't say things like extra time before we know that it's extra time, before I've said that. It's the same as saying about the goal, because it means we've not scored a goal. But extra time for the 4th successive round for West Ham. Extra time. That is ridiculous. We're 2-0 up, and we should have been 3-0 up because we should have had another penalty. I am literally just going to quickly fill my water bottle up, and I will be back in about like a minute or so. Hello. We are back. Oh, looks like there's been some head loss in the chat. I don't really understand how you can possibly blame that on Farker. He's done everything that he's done everything that he could to get Leeds were 2-0 up. Oh, we're still playing on the timer. He's done everything he can to get Leeds 2-0 up, and like there's not much he can do about the fact that Leeds players on the pitch at the end have let that happen. However, Leeds should have had another penalty. Their goal should have been disallowed. There's a lot that's gone against us in this game, and it's very frustrating. I think we get an extra substitute at the end, which could be somebody like Joel Peru, who I would very happily have on if it came to penalties. Well, 11 minutes. Let's have a fucking inquest into that, as well as the let's have an inquest into that, and also into the penalty and the head height kick. All right, we're going to extra time here, so we're about to start. '93rd minute and 96th minute. Oh, ridiculous. No subs, it looks like, for Leeds. Doesn't look like any further subs. We're about to kick off for the first half of extra time. Right, we're underway here in extra time. Calvert-Lewin with a good header. Look, I think Nonto's got a winner in him. Nonto has a winner in him here. West Ham can still make 4 substitutions. Perry! I think it might be over the line. I think it's 3-2. Perry's just absolutely shat the bed. Perry's just headed it backwards and they've scored 37 seconds into it. And they have to check it whether he's onside, but Perry's had an absolute howler. And it's over the... like, Strauch nearly kept it off the line, but... he's offside. He's offside. Surely he's offside there. I think he's offside. I think he was offside. He's had a fantastic game, Perry. He's offside. Thank God for that, he's offside. He's offside. Says a Spurs fan who have to pump stadium noise into their own stadium to make any kind of atmosphere. Yeah, he's offside. 2-2 still then. Come on. That is the let-off of a lifetime, so... Bloody hell. Come on, Leeds. Still 2-2. I was saying before that just happened that I just fancy Nonto to make a bit of space in the box and score. Bogle's done well there. Leeds have got 4 players running forward here, 4 against 3. Socek is getting back. Bogle goes to go across the goalkeeper. James Justin blocked off the line. Aronson! Nonto's skied it! Oh my God. Farker is shaking his head with a wry smile. He can't believe that that didn't go in. Bogle does so well in this situation. Just plays it across. Back to Walker-Peters. It's a good save. And then... yeah, Nonto just absolutely skies it. Still a top 6 club. You're literally a bottom 6 club. Plus, I've never had any kind of beef with Spurs ever, and no one from Leeds really has. So I don't really get. I get why you don't like West Ham, but kind of weird. Bornau knocks that one out. It's going to be a throw in there. Ball forward here from Bogle has apparently gone out of play before he played it. I mean, to be fair though, Chico, when Rodon went off injured, and he's one of our best defenders, so we haven't got our better. Goodmanson's also off the pitch. Whilst Justin has been really good this season, he's not our first choice. Just as he's proved there by letting the ball go straight through to Walker-Peters, who shoots, saved low there, and fallen on by Perry, who can hold it. Here's Strauch. Gruev. We've got 1 substitute left. I don't know if I would consider Piru or Longstaff. Here's Justin. I think maybe Piru because of the eventuality that it's penalties and he's the most likely to score. Oh, Nonto's fallen over. Oh, he's done well to get the ball back again, though. Oh, cleared by Disasi. Here's Gruev. Now Strauch. Back to Biel. Remember, guys, no spoilers in the chat if a goal goes in at either end. Please don't tell me until I've reacted, just for the good of the stream. Bogle crosses it back across to Calvert-Lewin, but Areola's there. Would damage the broadcasting revenue. Here's Disasi. You are delusional if you think the league wouldn't let you go down. You will go down if you don't continue to pick up any more points. You're about 90 minutes late for that joke, Chewy, because somebody made it as soon as I said his name for the first time. Like that exact joke. Ball over the top towards Nonto, but Areola's quick off his line to come and give that to Kilman. Ball here with Areola now. Here's Kilman. Disasi. Ampadu just squeezes in there to win that one back. He's done well. Here's Aronson. I think Tanaka was playing very well, and I would have probably liked to see him stay on because he turns so quickly in midfield that he opens up space. Bornau. Leeds throw-in. From 2-0 up in the 90th minute. Ridiculous, isn't it? Well, to be fair, they've got a game on Friday, West Ham. Ours isn't until Monday. However, we have got a few players who went off injured in this one. Ampadu chasing down Areola, who's going to play that ball to Walker-Peters. Nonto does well there to harry him. Here's Gruev. Gruev into the box. Slices it wide. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin wanted that, but Gruev went for the shot. Let's have a look. I was only watching Gruev, really. Here's Fernandez coming into the box. Strauch trying to stop him. The ball to Castellanos, saved by Perry. I think he just saved it with his chest or his head there. Away by Gruev. Back out to Juve. Ampadu needs to watch the run of Adama here, and he does. He blocks that well. Ball's bouncing. It's going to stay in here. Juve. Now Kilman. Juve again. I think he might have saved it with his face, the commentator's saying. Mohamedou Kante is getting ready for West Ham, but I'm not going to make any more substitutions for them because we're just going to stay with the Leeds lineup. Yeah, he saves it with his head. He faced it away, Perry, on that save. Tackle there by Ampadu on Traore as Leeds clear the ball through Aronson. Calvert-Lewin's going to have to slowly chase that down as Disasi gives it back to Areola. 11 minutes plus they had their final goal was a high foot. Plus we should have had a penalty in the first half. Oh, here's Bowen on the edge. Shoots. Hits the post. And they've scored again on the rebound, but he's offside. He's about to take his shirt off, Pablo, but he's offside for the rebound. Yeah, he's offside. He's way offside. Is there tactic that just Bowen hits the post? Bowen hits the post and their other players score the rebounds? Why are we constantly seeing Danny Dyer? It's really annoying me. Clearance there. Leeds win the ball back, though. Ball's just been played out to the right-hand side here for Bowen. Bowen coming into the box. Goes to shoot. Takes a deflection. Slight deflection off James Justin. And the flag's up as well. Joel Peru's getting ready to come on. Oh my God. Here's Jacobillo. Tackled there, or fouled by Pablo. It's going to be a free kick to Leeds. Just inside the West Ham half. Joel Peru is getting ready to come on. I don't know who he's going to come on for. Ball about to come into the box then. Free kick delivered. Goalkeeper just catches it. And it's thrown out. Leeds need to be careful here. We're not hit on the break. Peru's not on the pitch yet, though, I must say. Walker-Peters. Now Pablo. This is why, look, as a West Ham fan, them leaving the game at like 80 minutes or 70 minutes or something is absolutely criminal. Nonto does well there. Fouled. Does well there to draw the foul, Nonto, and he's going to win. Leeds a free kick taken quickly. Here's James Justin. Good ball inside now to Aronson, who can run. Good ball out wide now to Bogle. Bogle looking for a passing opportunity. It's a really good save by, really good tackle, sorry, by Diouf. Now Adama Traore. Ampadu can't make a challenge there because he's on a yellow. Adama's still going in the half space on the left-hand side to Diouf. Diouf absolutely slices it wide. Two minutes added on to this first half of extra time, by the way. To scroll that all the way down from 11 minutes the last time we had extra time. Bloody hell. It's absolutely ridiculous, this, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. 20 attempts each. 6 on target for West Ham, 8 on target for Leeds. Well, you can't say that it's boring. Here's Souček. Back to Areola. Leeds throw in. Can I just ask Adam, are you a Leeds fan? I just find it quite random that you've got Eric Cantona as your profile picture. That's it. Yeah, he was being pulled on toe. It's going to be a free kick to Leeds right on the corner of the box. A crossing position over on the left-hand side by the corner of the box. Walker-Peters is gone down holding his legs. Bit of cramp maybe. Yellow card for him. Villa. No worries. Yes, no problem. Just wondered. I quite like Villa. I appreciate what they're doing at the moment. Quite like them as a club. Like their team as well. John McGinn was a bit of a dick when he tried to hurt Archie Gray when Archie Gray was back 12 on that US pre-season tour. But other than that, yeah, I quite like Villa. James Justin is on this free kick for some reason. Imagine if he just whips it in the top corner. James Justin whips it in towards the back post. That is so bad. That's the first half of extra time done. That is absolutely shocking. What is that delivery? Like, you're a professional footballer, James Justin. By the way, just have a look. There's been a lot of goals scored this season. So, this weekend in the FA Cup, there's been 11, 14, 18 goals in 4 games. 18 goals in 4 games. Joel Peru was getting ready in that first half of extra time, but he didn't come on, so we may see him come on now at the halfway stage for a final 15 minutes plus whatever's added on. Bloody hell. Look, it's mental, this, isn't it? The fact that we were 2-0 up. Mental. Come on. Yeah, Peru is a very good option for penalties. He's also a good option for the ball drops to him on the edge of the box and he bends it in the top corner. He's also a very good option for that. He's got that in the locker, absolutely. We don't know. That's the thing. We don't need a miracle to win this. We just need 1 goal. Why am I seeing so many shots of Danny Dyer? West Ham fans are not being allowed back in. I'm pretty sure that Jermaine Beckford just said it serves them right for not being allowed, for leaving early. Ollie Scarls is coming on and some other lad. Ollie Scarls has come on for West Ham. And Mamadou Kante for Tati Castellanos. Yeah. I think he's come on for Jaden Bogle, Joel Peru, but I'll have to get ready to start the game first. Right, we're underway here, but it looks like Peru has come on for Bogle. Piru. Out wide now to James Justin. Justin goes backwards there. Strauch, Ampadu. Back to Strauch. Come on, Leeds. There's a draw after Would-Be Farmer. There's a draw afterwards. I think Justin tried a shot there as I was reading that chat, and the ball went flying over the bar. Awful. Yeah, it would be nice to see Joel Peru get on the score sheet, wouldn't it? He's the best finisher at the club. In terms of pure finishing ability, he's the best finisher at the club. Ampadu heads that one forward. Aronson. Good turn by him, but nobody's there to help him. Souček. I don't really like the fact that it's Adama Traore against Sebastian Bornau and Wilfred Nonto down that side now. Walker-Peters. Here's Areola with the clearance. Good defending there by Yakubiyol. Now Ampadu. Biyol. Having to clear that, but Pablo's gone right through him there, Biyol. Surely that's a yellow card. Just tells him to get on with it. Why is it one rule for another team and one rule for us? It's maddening at times, the officiating. Maddening. Hi, Ben. Welcome. Welcome to whatever the hell this chaos is. Yakubiyol. Now Gruev. Strauch. Biyol. 12 minutes for glory. Or penalties. Here's Joel Piru. Pokes that one out wide. Aronson tries to cross the ball in. It's a foul by Aronson as he falls on top of Fernandez there. Free kick. How frustrating. Get forward into attacking areas and then that happens. Inexperienced penalty takers for West Ham. Only 2 of the 5 that scored the winning penalties or that took a penalty in the winning penalty shootout against Brentford are even available to take a penalty for West Ham. Castellanos has been subbed off. Callum Wilson's injured or not available. Nonto's just kicked the ball away. He'll get a yellow card for that. No point. Absolutely no point. Oh no, don't think he did get a yellow card. Peru trying to chase down. Here's Scarles. Now Mateus Fernandez. Chipped ball out to the right-hand side for Jared Bowen now. Looks to cut inside as he always likes to. Mateus Fernandez. Kante out wide now to Walker-Peters. Walker-Peters. Ball back into the box, away by Strauch. Shot was from Souček was awful. Gruev with the touch. Now Bornau. Straight to Scarles. Bornau trying to make up for it, but here's Kante. Good tackle there, but he's still going. Somehow goes to shoot. Wide. I don't think he had done so well to get there. He got lucky. The ball bounced off of yeah, he got tackled twice and the ball just ends up at his feet again. He just completely slices it. I know that's what they've done to us, isn't it, Mark? They did that to to Stack. Rodon, I think, was a freak one because it was just the ball went up for a header in the box and he's hurt himself, but... Long ball forward by Lucas Perry. Calvert-Lewin goes up for the header, loses it to Disasi. He's been a monster in the air, Disasi, just taking everything off our strikers. Calvert-Lewin getting up here, still trying to fight for it. That's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Surely that should have been a Leeds throw-in. It came off the heel of a West Ham player. Adama Traore, it's a heavy touch, but he's still got it. Oh, Ampadu, you've got to... Yeah, good tackle, Jacobi. Oh, that's fantastic. Joel Peru can carry it forward now. Leeds are on here. Peru's just kind of stood on the ball and given it straight back to them, and he's fresh as well. Should be doing better than that. Frustrating. Kilman. Bornau! Oh my God, Beal took it away from Perry and then Perry had to clear it. Jesus. Oh my God. Kante. He must be about 6'6", him. He's huge. Here's Fernandez. Now Disasi. Bowen. Being forced to go all the way back to the furthest man back, which is Kilman on the halfway line. Skulls. Down the line here to Adama Traore. Nonto does very well there defensively. Takes the ball off him and it's going to be a throw in here to West Ham. Ideally, we just go up the other end and score. So if we could just do that now, that would be good. This is so horrible to watch. Areola. Now Disasi. Chips that one forward. Headed away by Bornau. To be fair, I don't know why we're putting ourselves through this. We either get Chelsea or Man City in the next round. Good tackle there by Jacobiol. Header forward by Soucek. Now Adama Traore. Another chance for him to put the ball in the box. Good touch there by Bornau. Allows the ball to just roll back to Lucas Perry. Perry with a long throw. Good touch by Aronson with his chest as he brings it down. Aronson carries the ball forward here. He's looking for a passing option. He has to go back in the end. Ampadu's on. Find a pass. That's a good ball. Justin. Now Gruev. Now Aronson out on the left wing. Let's cross the ball in the box here. It's not a bad cross. It's gone over the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, it bounces out for a... Yeah, scared the goalkeeper for a second there. He's hurt himself, Areola. He slices it a bit, Aronson, I think, this cross, and it just ends up... It nearly does the... Do you know what it reminds me of? A little bit like the... I was in the north west corner when Leeds played Man United and Rodrigo did that cross that just looked like it was going to cross into the box and it just went straight in the top corner over De Gea against Scum. Goalkeeper with cramp, apparently. Ali McCoy is saying, the goalkeeper can't get cramp. What's going on? Is an exact replication of what he just said. There'll be time added on for this as well. There will. He's taking his shin pad off as well, the goalkeeper. So is he going to have to swap the goalkeeper? Their goalkeeper replacement is 20 years old and would be making his first team debut. And it's just written, isn't it? When things like that happen, they then become the hero. That just always happens. So bloody hell. Lucas Fabianski's there, but I think he's a goalkeeper coach now, isn't he? He must be. Looks nervous, the young boy. He's getting ready. He looks like he is absolutely cacking his pants, the young lad. Yeah, this is a long-ass game of football, isn't it? 3 hours we've been live for. 3 hours! If that's not worth a like and a subscription, I don't know what is. Also, maybe a super chat if you're feeling generous. It may be a muscle problem. It may be a muscle problem for Areola here and not a... He jumps for it. I think he might I think he might have hyperextended his knee when he landed. Come on. Genuinely, he's been down for like 4 or 5 minutes. At some point, you have to make the substitution because it's taking too long to get him sorted. So, their 20-year-old goalkeeper is coming onto the pitch to replace Areola, who's injured here. Finn Herrick is the goalkeeper for West Ham that is coming on now. I mean, I hate to say something like this, but I hope he makes a howler. It's sad. He's only young, but for our sake, I hope it's a howler. We're going to get the time added on. I imagine we're probably going to get 4 or 5 minutes added onto this as well. Sends it long. Well, his first goal kick didn't go out of play. 5 minutes added on, by the way. I said so. Well, Hermansen will be their first choice goalkeeper, I expect now. Yeah, honestly, Webb's fan, just have a shot. Especially somebody like Joel Peru. Just test him. Probably not, Sebastian. Come on, Leeds. You just need to put one on him. Literally, cross the ball into the box, put it in the area where he's got to deal with it, or just have a crack. That Sebastian Bornau shot that we saw in the first half that was just powerful. It was just hard and powerful. One like that at him is very good for us, just because it may have 4 games in a row, Leo. It's gone to extra time for them. Well, he's 8 years younger than me, this goalkeeper. Ball forward from West Ham here. Biol couldn't get that away, and Biol and Perry are having a real argument here. Screaming at each other, because, yeah, Biol's saying, come and deal with it. Calvert-Lewin brings that one down. Here's Joel Peru over on the left-hand side. Crosses the ball into the box. Heads away, but Nonto can pick it up inside the box here. Scarles didn't head it far enough. Ampadu towards the back post. Peru goes for the header. Can't get there. Ampadu. Justin. Ampadu. Ampadu's been tackled and they could break here. Ball forward. Sebastian Bornau's just got to get his body in the way. He does so well, Sebastian Bornau. That's a foul by Adama Traore. 100% that's a foul by Adama Traore. Southampton by a mile, Leo. Unless we get City and Haaland is prepared to score own goals for us because he supports Leeds. Yeah, he seems to have pulled up here. Adama Traore, which would mean more time added on. Here's Mateus Fernandez. Here's Disasi. Ball forward towards... Oh, it's a great bit of defending there. Biol on Pablo. And Souček can't keep it in. Great bit of... Biol's been fantastic, by the way. Biol's been really good. So another substitution for West Ham and another player I've never heard of, Mayers. So Traore is coming off. Muscle injury. Bloody hell, this has been the longest game of my life. One of our other ones went to extra time, didn't it? Was it the first round that we were involved with? So make sure you like the stream, everybody, and subscribe to the channel as well. Semi's draw is apparently 15 minutes after the end of the game. Lucas Perry. Long ball forward. Calvert-Lewin wins the flick. Souček wins the second ball, but Gruev has it now. 44 against 55 as he's tracked by Kante. Gruev tries to cross it in the box. Gruev gets it back again. Aronson heads it in. Disasi away. Pablo heads it on towards Bowen. Justin does well there. Sends it out for a throw-in. Sends out for a Jared throw-in. Well, that's it. It's going to penalties, everybody. Penalties. Bloody hell. Honestly. I can't believe in the time that they had that young goalkeeper on the pitch, we didn't just shoot. From anywhere we had the chance, just put it on the goalkeeper and see what he does. Just have a shot and at least you test him then. Thank you, Sacred. Yeah, Birmingham, that was the one. Oh, come on, Leeds. Calvert-Lewin on a penalty, Nonto on a penalty, Joel Piroux on a penalty. They're the guaranteed ones. Other than that, I think Aronson will probably want to step up for one. And who else is on for us? Calvert-Lewin, Nonto, Aronson, and Piroux. I don't know who our fourth taker will be. Justin Ampadu? I don't fancy many of them. Maybe Gruev? I reckon that'll be who goes for it for us. Maybe Strauch. What I am going to do as well, by the way, when we do this penalty shootout, is I'm not going to look at the chat throughout the penalty shootout because people will just spoil it. I know people get overexcited, so, and I won't have seen it before you've seen it, so I'm just going to get ready and do the scores. I'd like to have a little penalties thingy as well. I want to browse overlays, and then I want a penalty one. I doubt I'll get it in time, but... So I don't... I'll just have to do it on the normal thing. I wonder if I could do this. All right, I'm not going to have time to do that. I'm just going to have to do it. I'm just going to have to do it on the actual score. So I'm just going to reset this to 0-0. So it looks like Finn Herrick is going to be in goal first. Joel Piroux is going to take the first penalty. Can you imagine if we lose and then we found out that Finn Herrick has already played for Boreham Wood in the FA Cup this season? Which he may well have done. Because he was on loan at them from the start of the season before he got recalled. Joel Piroux then steps up to take the first one. He hasn't put the ball down yet, but imminently we will be seeing his penalty. Come on, Joel. Just put it in the back of the net. Nice and simple. Saves it. You just knew it. He saves the first one. You just knew it, didn't you? What a joke. You just knew it. It's written with stuff like this. Why is it always like that? No, it's the end of the game, Anto, so I'll leave it like that to show that it's finished. Yeah, it's not a good penalty. Joel Peru, of all people, poor penalty. Jared Bowen to take the second penalty. Come on, Lucas, save it. You just know this is going to be 1-0 to West Ham. Saves it! Come on! Well done, Perry saved it. 0-0 still. That's what we like to see. Well done, Lucas Perry. 2 absolutely shite penalties. One from Joel Peru and one from Jared Bowen. Two that I would have thought would be guaranteed. He does the exact same thing that Peru did, but the goalkeeper's guessed right both times. 2 shocking penalties there. So, it's 0-0 still. That gives Leeds a chance with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who has already scored once in this game, to score a penalty here to make it 1-0 to Leeds in the shootout. He's given it all mouth, this young goalkeeper. Calvert-Lewin. Great penalty. 1-0 to Leeds. Fantastic penalty. Top right corner. I thought it was top right corner. He actually put it down the middle, but got a bit of height on it. Look, with a young goalkeeper like that, he's probably going to commit to go both ways, isn't he? So, Walker Peters is going to be the next penalty taker for West Ham. Come on, Perry, save another one. Wouldn't that be good? Come on, Perry, save another. Walker Peters steps up for this one. He's very still. He's not making his decision yet. Goes to take it. Scores. 1-1. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Next up for Leeds. I don't know yet. Next up for Leeds is going to be... I don't know, we're still seeing Kyle Walker-Peters 4 hours later. Aronson. I thought it might be. I don't know why I'm so nervous and why I've got so stressed over this game when, realistically, in this day and age, the FA Cup is just Man City's to lose. Brendan Aronson then to take this penalty. A lot of movement from the goalkeeper on this one, moving across his line back and forth. Come on, Aronson. Good penalty, Brendan. Good penalty. Very good penalty. Right in the corner from Aronson. Eddie Gray watching on. He's got a little monitor on his gantry, Eddie Gray. Privileges of being a legend, I guess. It's going to be Thomas Souček to take this next penalty against Lucas Perry. Thomas Souček to take this penalty. Oh, he scores it. 2-2. Sends Perry the wrong way. I imagine it might be Nonto next for Leeds. Yes, it is. Wilfred Nonto. Come on. Come on, Wilfred. Why is that goalkeeper so mouthy? Nonto steps up. Scores. Goalkeeper got a touch, but he scores anyway. right in the top corner there from Nonto. Pablo next up for West Ham. Hasn't scored for the club yet. If he misses, we only need to score once to win. Come on, Perry. Save this Pablo one. Saved it. Saved it. Come on, Lucas Perry. Perry saved it. Pablo's missed it. Someone from Leeds, whoever is our last taker, can win it right now. Good save by Lucas Perry, down to his right. Not a great penalty, but still a good save from Lucas Perry. Pascal Strauch is going to be the last taker. Those of you who said it was going to be him in the chat, you are right. Pascal Strauch steps up. If he scores, we are into the semi-final. Farker has a little smile on his face. Come on, Pascal. Come on, Pascal. Come on. Come on, Pascal. Yes! Posting in, Leeds through to an FA Cup semi-final for the first time in 39 years. Leeds are through to the semi-final. After all that, they could have just let us have it in regular time. They didn't have to cheat. After all that, there was no point in them cheating because we still gone through. So suck it. Have your little bubbles popped one by one. Oh, sorry. Can we just have a little look at the chat there? Where are the West Ham fans? Oh, West Ham fans. Oh, just scrolling. I don't see them anymore. That's odd, isn't it, everybody? The West Ham fans seem to have run out like all their fans did out of the stadium early. Well, they're probably glad they went home now because Leeds have done them in. Have it. Have it. Thank you very much to Chewy for the £10 super chat. Well done, lads. Marching on together, all Leeds, aren't we? Thank you so much, Chewy. I really, really appreciate that. It means a massive amount, especially at the moment. Thank you so much, Chewy. Everybody make sure you like the super chats. What a penalty that is. Strauch off the post and in. He wasn't far away from missing, let me tell you. But, however, it still goes as a Leeds United win. Semi-final of the FA Cup. Here we come. Like I said, I am going to quickly do my match reaction now whilst we're still live so that we can then do the... so that we can react to the draw as it's happening. So you will see a live match reaction now, which may be quite strange, but I think if I just press start recording at the same time as that, I can say, welcome back to Leeds Lately. Before we get into this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I've pressed that wrong as well. We're live at the moment, which is strange to record a match reaction live whilst everything's still going on. Of course, the draw will happen very shortly after this video. Leeds United have just won on penalties against West Ham United to go into the FA Cup semi-final for the first time in 39 years. And let me tell you, that was a ridiculous game of football. Back and forth, end to end. It was at times awful to watch, at times intoxicating to watch, ridiculous. Goals from Calvert-Lewin. And who scored our first one? Somebody else scored our first one. It's so mad and so much has happened since then. Tanaka scored our first one with a deflection. That was a long, long time ago. So, yeah, Tanaka's first goal. Look, Tanaka on the halfway line, rolls his man, plays the ball out to the left wing, somehow ends up with him in the box at the end of this move, takes the actually rolls it back, absolutely does Magassa, and then takes his shot left-footed, comes off Disasi, bounces over the goalkeeper, under the crossbar and in, and Leeds go 1-0 up. Then comes the ridiculously controversial penalty shout. Okafor slides through Stack in the box to take a perfectly weighted pass on to shoot. Goalkeeper makes a very good save. Stack probably should have played the ball lower. However, Kilman comes in after the ball's gone and completely wipes him out. According to the commentators and according to PGMOL and the referees and things that they have access to on BT Sport, TNT Sport, there was a natural coming together. Now, to me, that is absolutely horse poo, because when you actually look at anywhere else on the pitch, and I said this at the time, anywhere else on the pitch, that is given as a free kick against the perpetrator, in this case, Kilman. It happened. Disasi tried to play a ball forward. Mecha came in on a sliding challenge, was a little bit late, wiped him out, got himself a yellow card and a free kick. Now, to me, that should have been what happened in the box. Yellow card and penalty. Leeds should have been 2-0 up before half-time. As it happens, later on in the second half, Leeds managed to get a penalty because Kilman again wipes out Aronson, this time in the box. Little nutmeg by Aronson, wipes him out, gets the penalty, Calvert-Lewin finishes it. However, on the VAR check, it took 5, 6, maybe 7 minutes to check it, when it was one of the most blatant stonewall penalties I've seen in a long time. And they checked it over and over and over again. You could watch them checking it. Then they called him to go over to the monitor. When he watched it, Craig Pawson, he didn't just instantly go, oh yeah, definitely penalty. I would have watched that once on the monitor, gone, yeah, that's a penalty. Gone over, explained it. Number whatever he's called, Max Kilman, has made a foul on the Leeds striker, penalty. Should have done that instantly. He had like a 6 or 7 or 8 looks at it. And it's like, what do you need? Are you looking for something, some reason to stop Leeds winning here? Then you've got their goals, which of course, their first goal, somehow they just kept having this routine where they hit the ball off the post, came back into the box, and then they finished it off, which happened a couple of times. However, they were offside for a couple of them. That one, look, we should have been reactive to it. We should have been aware. We should have been there. We should have been alive to it. We should have stopped it, but we didn't. So 2-1. So I thought, okay, well, that was my prediction before the game. 2-1 through to the next round. Fine by me. Then Disasi scores his goal, which, before we talk about the high foot, let's just talk about the fact that Leeds had so many opportunities to see what Adama Traore was going to do. Adama Traore was always going to go down the left-hand side, stop, cut back, curl the ball inwards towards the far post so that someone could get on the end of it. We saw it happen with Castellanos, who hit the post with a diving header. We saw it happen a couple of other times when Leeds were able to get it away. Why we weren't then completely prepared for that for Disasi's goal, I don't know. We should have been aware of it, maybe because it's an extra defender in the box, it's an extra player rather than just having the attackers that you'd usually expect. So maybe there was a free man, I don't know, but whoever's man Disasi was should have been tracking him back from the midfield to make that decision to go in there and track the run and stop that. However, having said all that, we should have stopped the goal. Having said all that, look at the screenshot, his high foot is on the side of Pascal Strauch's head. So I reckon in the Premier League, against any of the big teams, that gets ruled out because of a high foot, because it's dangerous. It's endangerment, reckless endangerment to your fellow player, to your fellow professional. Having the foot that high should have disallowed the goal. So we go to extra time, and you're going, right, okay, well, everything is looking like it's going to go against Leeds now. And when you look at it, you've got 35, 36 seconds into it. Perry comes out of his box, heads it backwards. Castellanos, I think it was. Castellanos again puts it across the face of goal into the net. Strauch tries to clear it off the line, but it's a goal. Then he's offside. But what on earth Perry was doing, I've got no idea. That was absolutely shocking. Also, before full time as well, Nonto's chance where the ball came across the box and he did that little back heel flick and it just rolled past the far post agonisingly, was so unlucky from a Leeds persuasion as well that you've just got to look at it and go, it's just everything was going against us in this game. Then their goalkeeper gets injured. Obviously, Areola is the goalkeeper who started the game, and their backup usually would be Hermansen, who they signed from Leicester when they went down. Now, Hermansen was completely omitted from the matchday squad. So they therefore brought on a 20-year-old goalkeeper for his absolute debut, who'd been on loan at Boreham Wood during the first part of the season, but had been recalled. Finn Herrick, I think he's called. So you think, right, okay, 20-year-old goalkeeper, he's just come on for his debut. I mean, maybe the players don't know that because they haven't got that information being piped into their ear, but surely you say, I've never seen this guy before, he looks young. Let's, A, get the ball out wide. There's 5 minutes left when this happened. Get the ball out wide, cross it into the box, therefore making him have to either decide whether to come for it and punch it or catch it, or whether to stay on his line. That may cause some confusion and help us to score. Or you've got players like Joel Peru, you've got players like Calvert-Lewin, you've got players like Aronson from the edge of the box, Nonto. Just have a shot. Test the goalkeeper. A young goalkeeper like that, test him in those early stages. You've got to. We didn't. We just let it kind of fizzle out until it was extra time. Extra time came and... extra time. Penalties came. Joel Peru takes up the first one and you go, right, guaranteed. It's just sometimes it seems like it's written that like a young goalkeeper, 20 years old, will come on and just do something ridiculous like win the penalty shootout for them. He saves the first penalty and I'm thinking, oh my God, we're going down the pan again here. Then Jared Bowen steps up and I think, well, he's also a guaranteed penalty. Perry saves his. Then you've got a couple of good penalties between the other Leeds players and the other West Ham players, including Walker-Peters, Calvert-Lewin. And then Pablo misses. Leeds, or doesn't miss. Leeds make the save through Lucas Perry, who saved 2 in the penalty shootout, so good from him. And by the way, other than that header, Lucas Perry was fantastic during this game. Then Pascal Strauch steps up, whips it off the inside of the right-hand post, rolls around the back of the net, leads through to an FA Cup semi-final for the first time since 1987. Wow. So, I've brought us right back to the start of the video there. Thanks for watching. Of course, we'll be live for the Man United game, but also there'll be a tactical preview, there'll be a match reaction, all that good stuff, and the draw will be out soon as well, which, of course, will mean that Leeds can see who they get in the next round. I'm hoping it's Southampton. Literally in about 5 minutes, I'll see whether it is or not. Thanks for watching Leeds lately. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Right. Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me? Could you all hear me throughout that? I hope you could all hear me throughout that. And I hope you can hear me now. I hope it worked. Hey, was there some super chats that I've missed? Hey, the RPM Saviour with the £10 super chat. Thank you so much, the RPM Saviour. I really appreciate that. I'm just going to make sure we go over to YouTube Studio. Oh, my mouse is playing up at the moment. YouTube Studio. And I'm going to like that. And I'm also going to like Mr. P's as well. And that's Mr. P. We're on our way to Wembley. Okay, Sarah, Sarah. Whatever will be, will be. We're going to Wembley. Thank you so much for the super chat, Mr. P. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate all the super chats and everybody. We will be staying live for just a few more minutes to see who we get in the next round. I'm going to try to juggle many plates. I'm going to stream whilst editing a video, whilst reacting to what's going on here as well, which, to be honest, West Ham FA Cup win. To be honest, it won't be that difficult because I only need to put the outro on the video. That's it. I think that should have been I'm just watching the Disassi goal back. It should have been disallowed, shouldn't it? Let's be realistic. It should have been disallowed. Well, Premiere Pro's not responding, so that's good. I know it's loaded. Yeah, look. Hopefully the draw happens very soon because I'm rather hungry. Screen recordings, video and audio. Here we are. There we go. And then I just need to put the little end piece on. Video graphics. Watch more template. It's all happening here. Never recorded a match reaction during a stream before, but it's the workaround that I've thought so that we can see who we get in the next round. Maybe I can get a short out of this as well of my reaction to us getting whoever we get. YouTube videos final. They must be absolutely knackered after that. Such a long time of playing football. West Ham have got another game on Friday. Yeah, 4-0 Manchester City against Liverpool, 7-0 Chelsea against Port Vale, 2-1 against Arsenal, Southampton 1, Leeds 2, West Ham 2, Leeds win 4-2 on penalties. Okay, the FA Cup draw is on the way next. Let's have a look at this. Let's Photoshop. God, I'm juggling a lot of plates here. There's only 4 balls. We're one of the final 4 in the FA Cup. Can you believe it? It's mad. Absolute madness. Absolute madness. Wolves can do us a favour Friday. Yeah, they can. Ball number 1 is Southampton. Ball number 2 is Chelsea. Ball number 3 is Manchester City. And ball number 4 is Leeds United. Joe's going to put the balls in the bag. Oh, come on. What do you mean you hope we get Man City? Number 2. That's Chelsea. It's going to be number 4. I just know it's going to be Leeds or Southampton. That's Leeds. It's Chelsea Leeds. Oh God, it's Chelsea Leeds. Woo, that's going to be a tasty one. FA Cup semi-final, and then of course that means Manchester City versus Southampton, which is just, oh look, Manchester City get to basically get a bye into the final. Chelsea versus Leeds then is the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. 25th and 26th of April, Leeds United versus Chelsea at Wembley, and Manchester City versus Southampton at Wembley. We have beat Chelsea this season. In fact, we haven't lost to them this season, so we could end up in an FA Cup final. We could. We could end up in an FA Cup final this season. We absolutely could. Bloody hell, this has probably been the longest live stream we've ever done. Well, look, at least we get to play at Wembley, like Dave's saying. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining me over the last nearly 4 hours. Leeds United will play Chelsea at Wembley on the 25th or the 26th of April. Thank you all so much for watching, for joining me. And I'll see you next time. Yes, thank you for all your support. Thank you for all the super chats, everything like that. Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.